South Africa's political formations, civil society and government are gathered at the University of the Western Cape, the political home of the left, to chart a new way forward in a political era of coalitions. Coalition governments in the country are currently unregulated. Metro municipalities are seeing a high turnover of mayors, which is causing instability and lack of service delivery. The governing party also wants the mayoral system to be abolished and the executive committee system to be constituted, which is Section 25 of the Municipal Structures Act, which will be amended, being similar to what is being used in the eThekwini municipality in all of the metros of the country. Now the ANC and the DA have proposed the introduction of a threshold in order to replace the PR system, which will determine the number of political representations in parliament, legislatures and councils.
The party that has won the largest votes should lead the coalition in that municipality. An executive position should be allocated in proportion to the votes obtained by coalition partners. Coalition government should reflect the will of the people, not elite deal-making among parties. 4. A threshold should be introduced so that there is a degree of legitimacy with regard to what amount of electoral support qualifies a party or candidate to be part of councils and coalition governments.
The DA also wants the time of constituting a coalition government to be extended from 14 days to 30, whilst motions of no confidence to be limited to 1 in a year unless if the mayor, premier or president breaks the law. Whilst singing from the same hymn book as the ANC on the threshold system and amending the Municipal Structures Act.
To amend the Municipal Structures Act, and this one is about limiting the motions of no confidence in a mayor or a speaker. Again, the idea here is to make sure that we instill stability, and we would have the same safety mechanism that I spoke about in the previous piece of legislation that would say unless there has a law been broken.
The ANC and the DA are, however, facing resistance from smaller parties who feel as if these two organizations are trying to exclude them from broader electoral politics of the country.
These proposals of a threshold are a clear violation of Section 86 of the Constitution, and they are thus unconstitutional and are driven by a desperate attempt to hold on to power. The two biggest parties are afraid of the prospect of losing power and have gone as far as trying to undermine the Constitution in order to achieve their selfish desires.
The IFP is willing to consider regulations if such will be of equal benefit to all parties involved, of benefit to the electorate and in line with the Constitution.
We are thankful to this initiative. The question is whether it has gone far enough. Why not look at the entire electoral system? For instance, something as simple as the appointment of some of the service providers of the IEC remains a state secret.
We believe in one motion of no confidence in an office bearer per annum, and when we also say that the current proportional composition of collective executive committees to allow for the formation of coalition governments and multi-party representation regardless of the applicable mayoral system.
The EFF rejected the invitation to form part of the National Coalition Dialogue, whilst the ATM walked out after their president, Zungula, finished his address. The consensus amongst the smaller parties is to reject the threshold introduction, as their survival is dependent on the proportional representation system. Samkele Masego, SABC News, Cape Town.